What's up guys, DIY Salvage Guy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today's episode, we're going to be getting the front end of the F250 finally complete. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting those headlights in and getting this thing back up to the OEM spec, except with a little extra jazz. So if you guys are new here, thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you guys subscribe down below, like, comment. That's how I get the name out there, that's how I get the word out there. So make sure you guys do what you got to do in order to help me grow. All my returning viewers and subscribers, thank you guys so much for being here, continuing to support me. Also, make sure you guys check me out on all the socials at DIY Salvage Guy. And also make sure you guys check out the merch line. Got a link down below. That way you guys can help support the channel, help me grow, so I can bring you guys better and better content every single day. Alright guys, we are going to try to finish up the truck today. It is about 3 degrees outside. There is about a 20-mile-an-hour wind. So thankfully we were working on the front of the truck. So we're going to try to pull it into the garage as much as we can. At least we'll get out of the wind. Maybe we'll get the heater going behind us. Try to stay warm with this right now. But I want to finish this truck up right now and be done with it because we want to get this inspected and be able to go pick up some new builds. Alright guys, so a couple things we have to do. In the accident, the pigtails for the lights got kind of messed up. So we are going to check this out. We're going to put a new one on, new to us, from another vehicle. So that way we'll have the connection the way that we need it to. Then we're going to install this front piece as well. And then we're going to install the headlights. Then we're going to get this fender completely mounted and locked into place. And this thing will come right along here, guys. Almost done with this, getting there. So we're going to hop right into this now and see what we got. But first, you know what? Let's actually check out these headlights. These new headlights that we got. So let's do a quick unboxing of these and see how they look. So we got new headlights off of eBay. When I was looking at headlights for this vehicle, I could have got them from a junkyard, but they were pretty expensive, to be honest with you. So I didn't want to go with the same regular beam that we had, because when you start going with like used headlights and stuff, you're gonna start getting like a haze or a fog on the front of the headlight itself. So there's really no good factory alternatives without spending a lot of money on something from the dealer. So I went and I bought this off of eBay. You guys have probably seen this on multiple vehicles these days. It has like the BMW Angel Eye effect, and it has a projector type effect as well. So let's just check this out and see how it looks. Instruction manual. Now I read the reviews and it said that we have to do some trimming on it in order to make it fit. Trimming of the header support that we just bought. So let's just check these out real quick. What do you guys think? Huh? Gonna look awesome. We're gonna have some nice light and it's gonna look really good. Alright, so let's get to the header support. Put this off to the side and let's get cranking on this. All right, quick update here, guys. So we have the header panel on. It is secured. We bolted it up to the bolts that are here. So it's secure on this side, you guys can see. It is secure on this side as well. This is the reason why we had to replace it, because this side was busted up. So now we have the spots that we need to mount the headlight to and all that stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to test fit one of these headlights and see how it looks, how it does. Then what we're going to do is mount the fender completely. Right now it's just loosely held on by the bolts. So we're going to have to make some adjustments with that once we get the hood all lined up and everything as well. So little by little we're making progress and we'll continue on. So everything's coming along pretty nicely. So we will hop over here to this side and see how it actually fits. So we'll do a quick test fit here, see how everything lines up. Probably should have did this earlier, but looks like this actually comes with the bolts that I need already. So these need to come out. So I might need to take this header panel off again. So we'll see, I guess. But it looks like it lines up pretty good. Another thing, probably didn't even need to replace the header panel because these new headlights don't have any of the mounting spots that would have gone into here to hold the headlight into place. But, you know, we did the right thing. We did it the way that we should have done it. So that way we shouldn't have any issues passing inspection. But right now we're going to work on getting these out and go from there. So a quick point of reference here. We have a couple of LEDs and daytime running lights. So we have the CFLs for the angel eyes here, and we have 3 LEDs right there. And what they do is they have wires already kind of ran for it, but what you need to do is we're going to have to connect all of our grounds. So our grounds are going to have to be all connected. We'll have to put them all together into one little bundle. We'll tie that all together. Then what we need to do is we need to cut this off. Big waste of time getting these actual pigtails because we didn't need them at all. But, you know, live and learn. Should have checked this out beforehand. But what we do is we're going to cut this, we're going to splice this wire open, and we are going to connect this wire to all of these wires with a nice soldering gun, and we should be good with that. And then everything else should be nice plug and play. So what we need to do right now is just remove this, and possibly this as well. And then we'll be able to install this headlight and see if we need to trim any of this up. I was reading online that this needs to be trimmed up a little bit, so we'll see. But step by step, let's take that off right now. Alright, so a quick update here, guys. It turns out that the reviews and everything were correct, that we do need to not only cut this, but we're going to have to cut the radiator support as well. Really stupid design. If you are making something specifically for a vehicle, why don't you just make it so that it actually fits the vehicle without any modification? Either way. So what we're going to do is spend all this time trying to get this thing on there. Turns out we don't even need that, so we're going to make a cut. Probably about here to here. We don't want to take out too much structure because we still need this to mount over here. So we'll cut this out and see how we fit, and we'll probably hit the radiator support itself as well. But right now, let's do that. All right, so quick update here, guys. You see that we had to cut out some of the radiator support itself in order for the headlight to get back there, and in order for us to have access in order to change the light in the future. And we had to do the same thing on this side. And also we had to do a lot of modification on the grille support itself. So we should be good now. So we're gonna put everything back on and button all of this up. And then we're gonna have to splice these wires into each other and make sure that this all works together. All right, so I just test fit it in time lapse, and we're gonna do one more just for all the folks at home so that you guys can see. So once this is all bolted up and in, this is what will look like. Fits perfectly, finally. Took a lot of modification, but you know, we're in. So we just gotta tighten this up now, and we gotta run these wires and make sure that they are good. But you know, we're good here, guys. So finally good. So I will show everyone what I did at the cut. So we had to cut here. We had to cut in here because this whole piece was here. We had to cut over here as well. And we had to do the same thing on the other side. Then we had to cut the radiator support back here where we cut this, because this is where the headlight sits. But all said and done, we're good now. And now we're gonna button this up, wire it up, and be done. All right, guys, let's test her out. Let's see how she looks. All right, LED running lights. Let's see. All right, looking good over here. These look pretty good, guys. I'm pretty happy with them. The fitment is not perfect. I mean, anything when you're doing aftermarket, it's tough. But I do like the angel eyes here. I do like the LEDs here. You got those running. Everything's running good. All right, let's just check the headlights. Those are your standard beams. And your high beams. Everything looks good, guys. Everything works good. All right, so we're good with this. Alright, so the last thing we need to do is just button up that front grille, guys, and we're pretty much done with this. All right, guys, she is all back together. The last thing we have to do is just tighten up the bolts on the steering rack down below. So we're gonna do that real quick, then we're gonna pull it out and we'll be done here, guys. Looking good. All right, guys, that's all she wrote for this build. This should be done. Now, as I said, there's a couple things that we do need to keep in mind. This build was never going to be perfect. I didn't care about it. It is a shop truck. But with that said, if we do care about it enough, we can always get a new hood hinge and also replace this hood. But for what it's worth, guys, for what we're gonna be using it for, pretty good, pretty happy with it. And now's the time to just pull it out of the garage and be done with this thing. That's gonna do it for today's episode, guys. We got so close to being done with all this stuff. All we have to do is get the inspection done. A little worried about the hood, hoping that they don't give me any issues with it, but headlights are in. We had to cut some radiator, we had to cut some header support, so all that's done and we're ready to go. So next episode might be going to see the inspector and see how that goes. So if you guys are new here, hopefully you guys will learn alongside me. We'll learn as we go here. Thank you guys so much for being here and checking it out. Make sure you subscribe, post notifications, ring that bell, like, comment, interact with me. Let me know what you guys think about this stuff. What's the future build you guys want to see? Maybe I can bring it to you guys as well. So all my returning viewers and subscribers, thank you guys so much for being here, continuing to support me. Also, make sure you guys are following me on all the socials at DIY Salvage Guy, and also make sure that you guys are checking out the merch line. That way you guys can help support the channel. Hopefully you guys will be inspired by this. Just learn as you go. Just pick up a hobby such as this and try to become a DIY Salvage Guy yourself.